Hey everyone, welcome back to Shartech. In the last video, we completed user registration, login and school creation. Today, we are adding something that separates a basic app from a real SaaS product. But before we write any code, let's understand what that actually means. What is RBAC? RBAC, usually called role-based access control. Think about keys in the house. The owner has keys to every room. A guest only gets the guest room. The cleaner only gets the front door. That's RBAC. Every person has a role, and that role determines exactly what they can and cannot access. Now let's map this to our system. User just registered, no school yet, can only create a school. Admin, the school owner, can add teachers and students within their school, cannot see any other school's data. Teacher can view students and manage attendance, cannot touch school settings. Student can only see their own data. Super admin, let's use the platform owner, full access to everything. What happens without RBAC? What happens without RBAC? A teacher hits API, schools delete. The entire school is gone. A student pulls up the fees data. These aren't just bugs. There is a business ending mistake. RBAC in the real world, Slack, workspace owner, members and guests all have different permissions. GitHub, owners, contributors and read-only users are all separate. Shopify, store owner, staff and customers each have their own access level. Google Workspace, admins create users, users only see their own files. All of these run on RBAC. Today we are building the same thing. Now that we understand RBAC, let's implement it properly. Right now in our user model from video 3, roles are hard coded like this. These same strings are going to appear in the school controller and middleware and routes. If you accidentally write admin instead of admin like this anywhere, you have got a bug that's extremely hard to track down. The whole system breaks. The fix is simple. Keep all roles in one place. Inside your source folder, create a constants folder. Inside that, create roles.js. This is the single source of truth for roles across the entire project. Roles, user equals user, superadmin, superadmin, admin, admin, teacher, teacher, student, student. And here's the real benefit. If you need to add an accountant role, you add it here and it automatically propagates everywhere. One change, zero risk. Now that we have our constant files, let's update the user model. First import roles at the top, then update the roles field like this. Dynamically pulls values from our constants. No more hard-coded string. Object dot values means if you add a new role to the constant file, it automatically becomes valid here. No manual updates needed. Now the second change, we were adding a new field called must reset password. Here's why. When an admin adds a teacher or student, the system generates a temporary password. The first time that person logs in, we need to force them to reset it. So nobody else can use that temporary password to access their account. This is the international standard for how SaaS products handle this. Add this field just above the role field. Must reset password, type boolean, default false. False for everyone by default. True only for users added by admins. Back to false once they reset their password. That's it. Two changes to the schema. Everything else stay the same. Now open auth In video 4, we built the protect middleware. Its job is simple. Check if the user is logged in, pull their full data from database including school ID and attach it to request.user. That's all. Protect does, we are not changing it. Today we are adding a second function right below it, authorize. Export const authorize. Now the most important part, a controller that lets an admin add user. Inside your controllers folder, create usercontroller.js. Import crypto from crypto. It's not just built-in package, no install needed. Import pcrypt from pcrypt.js. Import user from model/user.js. Import roles from constant roles. Export const add user. Async rect res arrow function. Inside it, try catch block. This take the body. Const name email role is equal request.body. Only teachers and students can be added through this route. Admins can never be created this way by design. Const allowed roles, roles.teacher, roles.student. If not allowed roles.include roles, return rest.status 400.json message access denied. Check if this email already exists. Const user exists is equal await user.find1 email. If user exists, message, a user with this email already exists. Quick note, some SaaS systems do allow the same email across multiple schools, but we are keeping it simple for now while we are cover the fundamentals. Now generate a random temporary password. Const temporary password is equal crypto dot random bytes. Const hashed password await backup dot hash tmp password comma 10. Const user is equal await user dot create name email password is equal hash password role school id. School id comes from rec.user pulled from the database by the protect middleware, never from the front end. This means even if someone becomes an admin, they physically cannot add a user to a different school. Must reset password true. Force password reset on first login. Send back a temporary password. Admin passes this to the user in plain text. This is the only time it will ever be visible in plain text. Press.status 200.json success true. Message $role added successfully. Email user.email role user.role temporary password is equal tmp password. Inside catch block console.error add user error never expose internal error detail to the front end. Rest.status 500.json message server error, please try again. Now we need to reset password function. So export const reset password async request press arrow function try catch block. Inside it destruct the body. Const new password is equal request.body. Validate before doing anything. If not new password or new password dot length is less than 8 characters, return hash.status 400.json. Message: password must be at least 8 characters. Const hash password is equal await bcrypt.hash new password. Ten. Await user dot find by id and update request dot user dot underscore id. Password hashed password. Must reset password false. Reset complete flag cleared. s.status 200.json. Message: password reset successfully. Please log in again. Inside catch log, console.error, reset password error. Rest.status 500.json. Message: server error. Please try again. Two things worth highlighting here. First, school ID request.user.school ID. This comes from the database via protect middleware, never from the front end. No matter what, an admin cannot add a user to a school they don't belong to. Second, the temporary password appears exactly once in the response. In the database, it's hashed plain text in the gone the moment this response is sent. Now, inside the routes folder, create user.routes.js. Inside it, import express from express. Import add user, reset password from controllers /user controller.js. Import protect authorized middlewares from middleware /auth middlewares. Import roles from constant roles. Const router is equal express.router. Router.post /add. Protect, authorize inside role.admin. Add user. Let's break this down. Protect runs first. Is this person logged in? After it, authorize runs second. Are they an admin? Only if both pass does the request reach user. That's two layers of security on a single route. Any logged in user can reset their own password. Router.post reset password. Now protect reset password. Export default router. In index.js, add import user route from dot for the source routes user routes.js. App.use API / user routes. One last thing, when a user logs in, the front end needs to know whether to redirect them to the reset page. In outcontroller.js, update the login response. Add the must reset password field, user.mustReset password. If must reset password comes back as true, the front end sends the user straight to the password reset page. Simple, clean and secure. Now testing. Let's first up the server and test this end to end. Open Postman, go to our SAS SMS collection and hit the login request with admin credentials. I have got these saved from the last video. Send it. Response is back. Let me save this to tmp.json. We will need it. Copy the token. New request, name it add user. Method post, set the URL. Go to headers, set authorization. Barrier, space, paste the token. Make sure that space is there between barrier and token. Inside body tag, data type select raw, data format JSON, name Ali Khan, email ali@test.com, role teacher. Send it. Teacher added successfully. And there's our temporary password in the response. Save this whole object to tmp.json and copy the temporary password. Back to the login request. Swap out the email and password for the teacher's credential. Use the temporary password. Send it login successful. And notice must reset password true is in the response. Save this too. Password reset. New request, name reset password, method post, set the URL, authorization, this time use the teacher's token from the login we just saved. Body, raw, JSON, new password equal new password 123. Set it server error. Let me check the controller. Found it. I called the wrong hash function in the reset password block. Let me fix it. Restart the server and send again. Password reset successfully in response. Now the last test. Wrong role trying to add a user. Go back to the add user request. Swap the token in the headers from the teacher's token. Change the name and email in body. Send it. Access denied. Exactly as expected. Teachers cannot add user. The double layer of security is working. Let's recap what we built today. 1. We understand RBAC and moved our roles into a constant file. One source of truth. Zero risk of typos breaking your entire system. 2. We added must reset password to the user schema, so anyone added by an admin is forced to reset their password on first login. 3. We built the authorized middleware that gives us role-based protection on any route with a single line of code. 4. We built a complete user management flow that follows international SaaS standards. Temporary password, forced reset, and tenant isolation back in from the start. In the next video, we will building teacher and student profile, and for the first time you will see this entire system working end to end. Subscribe so you don't miss it. See you in next one.